Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the Good Vibes Lifestyle, happening every Thursday at 3 o'clock live, but you can always catch it on the replay. Now, I stream to several different places, including Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, and Twitter, and even sometimes on Amazon live stream. Did you know Amazon has a live stream? Actually, that's kind of I do a special edition of this Good Vibes Lifestyle for the Amazon live stream. But I want to welcome you here and thank you for watching. Um, in this live stream, I'd like to share uh, in a casual, more laid back kind of way, different ways that you can raise your vibration. I also kind of cover current events and the astrological. Uh, Weather, let's say. And it's all, you can reach all of my content, let's say, on good-vibes.tv. I have a formal talk show that's called Good Vibes TV, and then I have this live stream that I do every week. So the Good Vibes lifestyle is what kind of it all comes down to. It's living in the good vibe zone versus the fear zone. So we got the fear zone and we got the love zone, and I'm all about work, transmuting the lower energies and living in that higher vibration because of the law of attraction. Law of attraction says that like attracts like. So the energy that we're putting out there, the thoughts we're thinking, the vibe we're putting out there is going to attract and create the life and the world that we live in. So this is what it's all about. And I really want to start a good vibes lifestyle movement where we start thinking in terms of energy and being aware of what we're thinking so that we can influence and create our lives in a more proactive kind of way. And it's really a co-creation with spirit. We don't do this alone. We're all energy. I'm energy, you're energy, our conversation's energy, everything is energy. So it's learning how to live in this new age of Aquarius and being aware of energy. So, and it's really about living in the flow. And what I mean by living in the flow is when you are connecting your mind and your heart and you're being in coherence, like the Mind Heart Math Institute talks about in studies, then you're living in the flow. You're living in the optimal zone of life. So, let's talk about the astrology that's happening. So we just had the full harvest moon this last Friday, I think it was. And boy, oh boy, was it a full moon for me. I'm actually with my husband and our two fur babies, Murph and Penny, and Kitty Hawk right now in our RV. So it's really cool how technology allows me to still do these weekly live streams, even when we're on vacation. But see, I see my life as a vacation. So to me, I'm always on vacation, but it's in a good way. So that full moon was pretty tough. We were driving just outside of Durham, North Carolina, and we had not just one, but two flat tires on the same side of our RV. So that was a pretty intense experience and anxiety provoking, stressful experience. So I got the opportunity to really, how should we put it? Practice what I preach, right? So I'm still integrating all that happened and reframing things. So, and also it brought up some issues for me regarding, finances and money and scarcity and abundance. And, because tires for an RV are very expensive. If we got exact replacement of what we had, it would have been like $750 per tire. And the other thing is we've got 6 tires, and when you have a tire on, especially an RV, and they're all the same age, and 2 go, well, that means the other ones are probably gonna go too. So for safety reasons, we're gonna have to replace all these tires. It's an expensive proposition, but the universe is abundant and there's more than enough, and I always have what I need when I need it from spirit. So it's all good. But it's difficult, when we go through these experiences, we really have to catch ourselves because our automatic reaction is survival, right? The flight, fight, freeze response. It's survival. We want, and it's fear. This is just how we're programmed, by our limbic brain. This is our survival brain versus our frontal cortex. This is on neuroscience a little bit. This is where we make our decisions, and we make choices from um, our prefrontal cortex. So we have to be aware of what we're thinking and decide not to just react, but to choose how we want to respond to certain things. So this takes effort. And I apologize, I am sweating. We don't have the AC on, and there's not much of a breeze. But so I'm gonna fan myself. Forgive me for doing that. Um, so anyway, full moons, they things just kind of just explode during the full moons, including tires. So I don't know what advice to give you, except to let you know that, I'm a real person living a real life. And you know what happens. And, this is especially important when we have these tests to practice what we preach, to practice what we've learned, what we know, and to embrace, look for the silver lining in all situations. And thankfully, we do have Geico. They were able to cover one tire repair. So some of it is covered. But, it's all good because, it could have been a lot worse. No accident happened, nothing like that. Things did get taken care of. I mean, we did spend about 3 days in a Walmart parking lot while we were waiting for tires to arrive. And a shout out to Mark Nixon from the Family Service Center in Snow Hill, Maryland. He's a friend of ours, and he actually drove down the tires we needed. He spent 5.5 hours driving to us and another 5.5 hours back. Talk about good friends. So, shout out to Family Service Center in Snow Hill, Maryland. If you ever need any kind of automotive help, see Mark Nixon. He is an angel. All right. So, Harvest Moon, what happened with you guys? If you're watching on the replay or live now, what kind of experiences did you have this past full moon? Um, so hopefully it was, positive experiences, not stressful ones like what we went through. But, the good news is we got here. And now we're in the waning cycle of the moon. So from the full moon to the new moon, it's when the moon is getting smaller. And this is the time where we want to integrate things. It's the time of letting go. It's the time of rest and preparation for the new cycle, which will begin on the new moon in less than 2 weeks. So this is a time of surrendering to the natural flow of life, resting and rejuvenating your energy. And I really think of integration. This is when we're integrating things into our lives. And again, I am sweating. I don't have a fan. And so forgive me for doing this. Ah, anyway, it's not a hot flash. All right, so we're in the waning moon, um, and the new moon this month. We've got two eclipses, so it's not only a new moon, but it's a solar eclipse. So the solar eclipses, the lunar eclipses, always happen when it's a new moon or a full moon. So it's because the moon and the well, let's say for a new moon, it's the sun, then there's the moon, and then there's the earth. So the moon is actually blocking the sun of the light from the sun. And then it's opposite for the lunar eclipse. Excuse me. Is that right? Yeah. Lunar eclipse is when you have a full moon. So it's the sun, the earth, and the full moon. But the shadow of the earth covers the moon. It's like a perfect alignment. So eclipses, what's important about eclipses is that big changes happen. It's a time of big changes. And this is not for you personally, but it's also collectively and on the planet. So we're in a time of big changes. So just be aware of that. Again, nothing to fear. Everything is good. And I love a concept that I've been hearing a lot, that everything happens for me, not to me, in life. Life happens for you, not to you. And if you look, you have that belief system, and if you have that thought, it changes the energy. It shifts the energy of things so that when things do happen, it's a lot easier to deal with, and you see the silver lining in the clouds. So, new moon solar eclipse happening October 14th at 1:55 p.m. Just I'll talk more about that next week when we're a little bit closer to it. And then 2 weeks after that, later in this month, we have the full moon and the lunar eclipse that will happen on October 28th, which is one day after my birthday. Yay! I'm going to be 60, believe it or not. All right. So, I want to talk right now. I like to do a little, um, I've been doing these pulling the oracle cards for you guys. The deck I've been working with since the Oracle Palooza is with Colette Baron Reed. Let's see. Colette Baron Reed, the Dream Weaver's Oracle. So I'm going to pull a card for us to see what do we need to know right now? What is the message from Spirit besides this barking dog that's our neighbor somewhere is going to get my dog barking? So what are you going to do? It's a live broadcast. And hello for everyone who's watching and giving me thumbs up and hearts. I do appreciate it because sometimes, today, to be honest, I almost said, you know what, I'm not doing this. I was getting a little grief from the husband. We're on vacation, well, and now you're doing this and wah, wah, wah. And, you know, I, what's important to me is commitment. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it because my word is law, right? And that's all about integrity and having integrity. So if I say I'm going to be here, unless, something really serious happened, I will be here for you guys. And, this is not for me. This is for you. This is for me. My my goal is to share knowledge. My goal is to share information, to improve your life and to help you live a good vibes lifestyle. So let's see what message the Spirit want us to know right now. Here we go. It is number 38. If the taste is sweet and good. If the taste is sweet and good. They're like some honeybees on there. So let me read this to you guys. I love the oracle cards. It's a great way to communicate with the divine. And, Colette Baron Reed is just awesome. And this is her latest deck that came out with Oracle Palooza. So, all right, if the taste is sweet and good, the essential meaning is when things are as good as they seem, the blessings of life, being thankful for success and grace. There are times in life where you wonder if this is too good to be true, if the beauty you see is real, if the love you feel and the forgiveness you offer is as life changing as it seems. Now is the time to release all your doubts and revel in the bountiful blessings being bestowed upon you. Do not allow any thought of unworthiness to taint this moment or allow any indulgence to in the rash act to keep. Let me read that again. Do not allow any thought of unworthiness to taint this moment or allow any indulgence in the rash act to keep moving forward to distract you from receiving and taking this all in. Slow down and savor this moment. It will not last, nor should it, but it does invite your full and absolute attention. Who are you to deny gifts? These are moments in life where the harmony of the universe sings through our bones in such a way that life and your part in it just seems to make sense. Let it. Today, if the taste is sweet and good, just trust in that experience and allow it without trying to capture it or force it to stay. This is a moment to remember, and that is a beautiful thing. So, yeah, it is important to, when things are going good, to really um, be present, be in that moment. All right. So let me know in the comments if you had any, got any aha moment from this card or from this message. I'd love to hear from you. Okay. And so all of these cards that card decks that I share are available on my Amazon store. And the way you go to it is just go to good-vibes.tv. You will see a button that says Shop My Amazon Store, and you can get not only this deck, but many other things that I've been recommending. So I'm building my list of things on my Amazon store that I like to use, that I like to recommend for you. And it's a kind of a cool way to support the channel, support my work here. So I appreciate you doing that. All right, now let's go on to the Food Revolution Network. I am partners with them, and Ocean Robbins is the founder of it with his father, John Robbins. Wrote many books on eating a healthy diet, whole food, plant-based diet. And so, as you know, you may know if you watch previous episodes, they had a 8-day summit that just ended last week. And now they have this plant-based coaching workshop, which starts tomorrow, and it's 3 days long, and it's free. So I want to share the video, a little introduction to this. So here it is.
Ocean Robbins, co-founder and CEO of Food Revolution Network. We're a community of nearly 1 million people who are committed to healthy, ethical, sustainable food for all. Are you someone who's passionate about healthy living, sustainability, and healthy food? Do you want a career where you can help people get healthy by moving away from the status quo diet, which leads to chronic disease, obesity, and a shorter life expectancy? Do you want to be a change maker who's making a real difference by helping people and helping the planet? If any of that sounds good to you, tune in here, because I've got some very good news and an exciting opportunity to share. All around the world, people are shifting towards a more conscious approach to food and health. In fact, worldwide, health and wellness is now a $1.5 trillion per year industry. And the plant-based movement is a leading part of this renaissance. It's a global revolution that's changing how we grow, prepare, and consume food. Millions of people are moving away from foods that are linked to chronic illness and climate change and that contribute to animal suffering. But a lot of folks who are out there suffering from chronic health issues don't yet realize that a plant-based diet could help them dramatically improve their health, reduce or eliminate medications, lose weight, maybe even live longer. And many of the people who do adopt a plant-based diet are still relying on plant-based junk food or not eating enough vegetables and whole foods, or are struggling with social pressure or unhealthy habits. Some of them need help navigating this transition because their lives may very well depend on it. This creates an incredible opportunity for plant-based coaches to make a huge difference and to make a great living. That's why I am thrilled to invite you to a totally free live workshop, the Plant-Based Coaching Revolution. This is going to be a fun, content-rich 3-day workshop. You'll learn about the exploding field of plant-based coaching, the latest nutritional science, including how to avoid common plant-based mistakes, the revolution that's disrupting the coaching industry as we've known it, and the new science of coaching that helps people to adopt healthier habits without resistance or backsliding. Whether you want to step into a whole new career path, or expand an existing career, or just help your family and community, this workshop is going to be an unforgettable experience. We're bringing you some of the world's top experts on plant-based nutrition, coaching, and how to get clients, get paid to do meaningful work, and be a vital part of the food revolution. Together, we can contribute to a healthier world. We can transform lives, starting maybe even with your own. And we're going to have a lot of fun together, too.
So that is the plant-based coaching workshop, and let me give you the link. I will also put it in the description on the YouTube channel. So it's a tinyurl.com/capital V, capital G, capital V, capital T, capital V, plant-based coach. And even if you're not necessarily thinking about coaching, check it out. I'm going to check it out. I don't necessarily plan on being a coach, but I do want to integrate and take on a whole food plant-based diet because it is healthier. And, I'm having the challenge because the husband loves the meat. And as I told you last week, according to all their science and these doctors, animal-based products create cancer in the body. That's the truth of it. This is science behind it. So before that end, I can say that I'm on that path. I haven't done cold turkey because sometimes, especially when you're traveling, you don't necessarily have the option to not have the, plant or not plant protein, but the animal protein. But I'm working on it, and I'm replacing. And I'm sure in this workshop you'll get some recipes. There were some recipes that he gave out during the Food Revolution Summit. And I will be working on using those. And as I find ones, I may even share them with you. So let me know what you think. So that's the plant based coaching link below. Check it out. It starts tomorrow for the next 3 days. Now, Ocean is also doing creating or putting out a real superfoods cookbook. And that comes out on October 31st. And you can actually get that as well I have it listed on my Amazon storefront, which you can find on good-vibes.tv. Again, click the button shop my Amazon store, and you can get this book. So you can actually pre-order it, so you'll get it as soon as it's available. So I find with plant-based eating, it's really the trick, I think, is having good recipes that you end up loving and learning how to do. And the trick with learning new ways to cook or to prepare food, it's the first time you do it, it's not so, it's you're learning a whole new task. There's a learning curve, it takes longer. So there's a little bit of an effort. But once you find recipes that you like, you can, the next time you prepare them, it'll be a little easier, and the next time a little bit easier, and the next time you won't even need the cookbook or the recipe because you'll just know how to prepare it. The other thing with plant-based foods and recipes is to see, I get these distractions and I lose my train of thought, and that's my big fear with doing these lives is that I'm going to have this what, you know, um, blank moment, whatever, brain fart, I guess they call it as well, but it's okay. I know you understand, you know that I'm a real person with real, whatever, boo boos. So, anyway, back to what I was saying about when you prepare your whole food plant based recipes, you can prepare them like do double portions or prepare extra and then freeze it. And then it's easy, then you have your meals available later. So you're kind of, it's a better way, an easier way to do it. So you can, the time you're spending preparing the recipe, it's going to count for 2 or 3 meals instead of just one. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with that. And all right, now let's talk about the art of connection. 365 days of gratitude quotes by entrepreneurs and business owners and influencers. This is a book that I will be in. I'm writing a page in it, and I want to invite you to be part of this. This is the website 365 days of gratitude quotes.com, and you can actually be in this book and get a discount. You can use my name, Leslie, to get $248 off, which makes it only $149 to be in this book that will be in the Library of Congress. And it's also a great way to, be an author. So I want to share with you a little, and I did a interview with Robert 2 weeks ago, and it's on Good Vibes TV. But I wanted to provide a little snippet where he's talking about why an entrepreneur would want to have a chapter in a book or be an author and how all that works. So here's a little bit from Robert from that show.
It's really hard to evolve an industry and get it going forward, especially when the industry is very, very satisfied and full with itself. And I'm not saying it's a bad or a good thing, but when you develop economies of scale within an industry, you tend to institutionalize a process and you tend to want to keep that process going on because of efficiency. And in the publishing industry, with these really large publishing houses, they've had a history of helping create authors. And as times evolved, some of these authors have turned into authorpreneurs. Well, authorpreneurs, I mean, they really make, the vast amounts of their money by, writing the books, and they become entrepreneurs through selling, courses, T-shirts, products, movies, television shows, a lot of different things, with their books. But primarily, they got their foothold by working with a main large publishing company, And these publishing companies, work with entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurs write, and they give up a lot of the rights of their own intellectual IP of the process. And here we have them, entrepreneurs writing books, making royalties. Well, that's great if your main mode of profit is through books and the writing of books, and doing that every 3 to 5 years, or every 2 to 4 years, or even 1 to 3 years. But for the rest of us who are entrepreneurs, we are not making our money or our livelihood of authorship. We actually, we're an accountant, or we're an attorney, or we're a life coach, or we're a healthcare practitioner, etc. We're actually making our money in a very different way than true authors. And with that said, entrepreneurs, or entrepreneur authors, as I call them, have a whole different set of requirements that they need to help them be the prophet of their profit. And so publishing is one of the ways to help them become a prophet of their profit, because it helps them, get the influence, credibility, and exposure they so desire in what they offer and what they do. But I also found that, for entrepreneurs, we always work on what we do, but not enough on who we are. That there's something cathartic about writing a chapter, a page, a piece of a book, or even their own book, which also propels them, and it allows them growth, not just from the standpoint of their business, but growth within themselves. And that's why I'm a champion of entrepreneurs who also become authors, because it helps them in a multitude of ways.
So that's Robert W. Jones, and he was on my um, uh, a show that's on Good Vibes TV. So check out The Art of Connection. And again, here is the website, 365daysofgratitudequotes.com. They are, in the next 2 weeks, they'll be out. There won't be any more pages in this book. So if this is something that's calling to you, that you want to do, please go ahead to the website. And again, use the discount coupon code Lesley, Lesley, to get the best price on this, only $149. And then if you want to get a second page, I believe it's only $99. So I want to also, we got some comments today, and I want to share what Lynn Saminato is saying. She says, hello, Lesley, from Lynn and Angela Bohr is here with me. We are both love listening to you. Thank you so much, Lynn and Angela. I really, really appreciate that. And Angela says, thank you for your videos. So that is so sweet and appreciated. Because, I do these things. I don't know if anyone's watching. I have no idea. If I listen to my husband, I'm wasting my time, but I don't believe I am. I'm doing what I feel I'm called to. So here we go. All right, so let's talk about last week's tip to raise your vibration is to eat a whole food plant-based diet, because it's lighter and it raises your vibration physically. So really add, even if you're going to eat some meat, add more vegetables, keep adding more vegetables, more plant, but add some more, learn some new recipes that are all plant-based. Do it, and then you will eventually progress into a whole food plant-based diet if that's your goal. There was so much in this summit that he talked about how people got over all kinds of diseases and illnesses, like, arthritis and digestion problems, and, and even cancer. So I'm telling you guys, it's so important. So there you go with that. Now let's talk about the tip for this week is to clear the clutter. We are in fall, and I talked about this a little bit during the fall equinox, and that the equinoxes, spring equinox, we hear about spring cleaning. Well, the fall is another time to do that decluttering, that, not necessarily spring cleaning, but decluttering, getting ready for the new season. It's just really important. And my interview, that's out right now, is with Karina Kolstrom, the property whisperer. She's a feng shui practitioner, red ribbon, and she talked about cluttering in space, and clutter is really stagnant energy. So it's important to do that. So you won't, since we're all energy, like I talked about earlier, the clutter that we have in our space is stagnant energy. So clear that clutter and you'll see, things will lighten up in your life. The universe hates a void. So any empty spaces will be filled up. But if you have clutter in those spaces, there's no room to put anything else. Just like if you had a closet full of clothes and you want to have more, change your wardrobe, clear the old clothes, make room for the new. So that's what, decluttering is all about. And that's what I would recommend. So, if you guys want to learn more tips to raise your vibration, check out my free 11 Ways to Raise Your Vibe PDF. And the way you can get that is just go to my website, leslieklein.com, LesleyKlein.com, to get that. It'll be the first button right there. And this is really all that I have for you guys today. There's so much going on. Um, but if you enjoy these broadcasts from me, please, in whatever format you're watching, whatever platform you're watching, whether Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn or YouTube, but especially YouTube, because I am trying to grow that, and share it with friends if you think that what I have to share with you is valuable. Please like, share, and subscribe. Share it with your friends. Let them know about it. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope to see you at the plant-based coaching workshop starting tomorrow. And remember to raise your vibe so you can thrive. Peace out, everyone.